What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome to VHP Engines. We're actually in here today, or tonight, rather, for a bonus video. And I've said this from time to time, bonus video, clarify. Bonus video to me is any video that I come up with that has not been planned. This has not been planned ahead of time. But again, like most of the bonus videos I have that I make, this comes into play from a question from one of you guys. And sometimes it's harder for me to recognize a trend because these questions come spaced out over time to me. But a trend indeed this question has been. And as the thumbnail says, we're talking about fuel pressure regulators here. Now, the fuel pressure regulator is that little fucking thingy that's on your fuel rail that has that hose that comes from the firewall that delivers fuel to your fuel rail. That's actually your fuel pressure regulator. But a lot of people, when they're asking about FPR questions, is not in regards to the OEM fuel pressure regulator. They are asking, should I get a bigger one? Now, if you're talking about, in general, a bigger fuel pressure regulator, like just for your build, like if you're just looking for bolt-ons to make more power, no, you don't need a FPR. I mean, you'll get one, you'll put it on there, your tuner will never touch it. You get a bigger fuel rail, chances are it's not going to make a difference. You need to go up super high in horsepower to really worry about like a super high amount of fuel to be delivered to your engine, other than, of course, upgrading your fuel pump. So fuel pressure regulator, aftermarket fuel pressure regulator, and fuel rail is usually never on my build list. Okay, so what really generates me making this bonus video today is that I get a frequent question asked, I got a Missfire, should I get a fuel pressure regulator? And when people are asking me, should I get a fuel pressure regulator, what they're really asking me is, should I get an aftermarket adjustable one? And no. The answer to your question is not flood your engine with fuck tons more fuel, or potentially try to. Usually if your engine's bucking and spitting because it's not firing properly, there's an issue somewhere, and upping your fuel is not going to make it. One, I think it's kind of a common sense type deal. I'm misfiring. Do I have to have a fuel pressure regulator? Especially for you guys that have like a stock engine or like mild bolt-ons, or you're just kind of making like low horsepower. Or if you're making close to stock horsepower, like because you're just like a bolt-on type affair. Well, Honda didn't give you like access to a fuel pressure regulator that's adjustable for you to just tweak at it. So what would make you think that kind of like will fix your problem there? Well, at least that's the way I look at it. That's the way I'm looking at it here. But again, anyway, it goes back to what I just said, that dumping extra fuel isn't going to necessarily take care of your problem, because a misfire is probably because you're not having the proper amount of spark. Generally speaking, every time I've seen a misfire problem, that's the problem. Either you got a problem in the harness, a problem in your spark plug wires, a problem in your distributor, or most likely 9 out of 10 times a problem with your plugs. I know maybe it's because it's such a simple thing that maybe people overlook that. They just think that it can't be that. But always start with the easiest thing and then work your way to the more difficult situations. So for me, if you're asking me what I would check for a misfire issue, I would check plugs, then I would check wires, spark plug wires, then I would check the distributor, and then I would check injectors, and then I would check the wiring harness. These are all things I would do before I even think about fuel delivery. Yeah, so that's just my normal checklist. But again, before you start checking all these things, you want to make sure that that's your actual problem. If you do have a misfire, you're going to throw codes, and definitely want to start reading what you have that the ECU is checking out first. Now, if you are modified and you're running boost or whatever, if you're not stock and you're making considerable amount of power over stock, and you check those things that I just said to check, then you may want to talk to your tuner, whoever your tuner is who tunes your setup. You may want to get in touch with them and see if they can data log, because a lot of times that'll give you a clear picture of what's going on in your engine. It's much easier to chase down that way. Yeah. So anyway, and I know it's probably not a super interesting topic, but the question has come up several times since the channel has been around, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents on it for people who ask the question later on down the line in the future. And yep, that's it. As always, guys, when I say that people are asking me questions, 9 out of 10 times it's usually on social media. So to get in touch with me, all my social media links are in the description down below. And yeah, so that's it. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, bonus video, wasn't really prepared to talk. If you're new here, know that I have said that every 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a live stream. It's been 2 weeks since that. We're at right now. I'm at 1696, so there's a very good chance that tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream at some point in time. I know that there's that whole big deal with the eclipse happening, so I will most likely be doing that in the later half of the day. Like, I will try to make sure that I plan to do it in the later half if I do it all tomorrow. There's a chance that I might not be home until late, possibly. So if that's the case, then I'll hold off until Tuesday to do the live stream. Anyway, just keep in touch on Facebook or whatnot, or keep posting on Facebook and Snapchat. I will be updating both of those to let you guys know when the time is coming close for the live stream. And that is it. Thanks guys for watching, and peace. See y'all later.